5. Homework 20 walkthrough. Question 1. As used in paragraph 2, the best antonym for the word gaudy is modest. Correct answer. Option A. Modest. Explanation. The word gaudy means overly showy or excessively decorated. The word modest means understated or unassuming, which is the opposite of showy. The other choices, excessive, flashy, and splashy, are synonyms or near synonyms of gaudy, not antonyms. Question 2. Paragraph 4 makes use of which of the following literary devices? Correct answer. Option B. Hyperbole. Explanation. Hyperbole is an obvious and intentional exaggeration. For example, the phrase, "felt like we sat there for at least a week," is not literal, but it emphasizes how long the narrator felt the wait was. Symbolism, foreshadowing, and personification do not describe this kind of direct overstatement. Question 3. According to the passage, the narrator is disappointed by his dessert because there is not enough of it. Correct answer. Option C. There is not enough of it. Explanation. The narrator complains that the chocolate milkshake is served in a cup so small it feels like drinking out of a thimble. This shows the portion is too small, which is the source of his disappointment. Question 4. Based on the information in the passage, we can infer that the narrator most likely has never eaten at a fast food restaurant like the Burger Shack before. Correct answer. Option B. Has never eaten at a fast food restaurant like the Burger Shack before. Explanation. The narrator's surprise at having to stand up and serve himself, along with his expectation of traditional table service for a romantic dinner, suggests he is unfamiliar with this style of restaurant. Question 5. The narrator's main purpose in writing this passage is to complain about his experience at the Burger Shack. Correct answer. Option D. Complain about his experience at the Burger Shack. Explanation. Throughout the passage, the narrator mentions multiple negative aspects such as the long wait, the lack of waitstaff, the unpleasant decor, and the disappointingly small portions. This focus shows he is expressing dissatisfaction rather than trying to persuade anyone to dine there. Question 6. Based on its use in paragraph 1, it can be understood that the word honorable belongs to the word group, meaning respected, admirable, and praised. Correct answer. Option D. Respected, admirable, praised. Explanation. The word honorable implies a quality or status worthy of respect or esteem. Words like respected, admirable, and praised capture this meaning. Question 7. The author of this passage is most interested in discussing the role clowns play in a culture. Correct answer. Option C. Discussing the role clowns play in a culture. Explanation. The text explores the importance of clowns throughout history, showing that clowns often do more than merely entertain. They also question authority and offer fresh perspectives. Question 8. In paragraph 2, the author suggests that clowns sometimes have great freedom of speech compared to ordinary people because they are able to use humor to make a point. Correct answer. Option B. Able to use humor to make a point. Explanation. The passage explains that clowns can employ laughter and jokes in a way that allows them to speak truths or criticisms that ordinary people might hesitate to voice directly. Question 9. In paragraph 3, the author writes, "The emperor's jester, Ulysses, was the only person who dared to criticize this plan. Like Usquarze, the person who also criticizes something is Ed, who points out the problems with the book he just read." Correct answer. Option C. Ed, who points out the problems with the book he just read. Explanation. Ed, like Usquarze, is speaking out against something he disagrees with rather than just accepting it. Question 10. According to the author, Usquarze persuaded the Chinese emperor not to paint the Great Wall. Correct answer. Option B. Paint the Great Wall. Explanation. By jokingly criticizing the plan, Usquarze convinced the emperor that painting the wall would cost more lives and was therefore a bad decision. Question 11. In the final paragraph, the author suggests that clowns may represent wisdom in disguise. By this, the author means that clowns are smarter than they appear. Correct answer. Option A. Are smarter than they appear. Explanation. Although clowns might seem foolish, they can be clever enough to influence leaders and help people see things in a new way. Question 12. According to the author, humor can be one of the most effective ways to influence people. Correct answer. Option C. Influence people. Explanation. The passage states that clowns remind us how powerful humor can be in swaying opinions and offering new perspectives. Question 13. What is the difference between natural foods and processed foods? Correct answer. Option B. Natural foods have nothing added to them before you cook them or eat them raw. Processed foods have other things added to them before you eat them. Explanation. Natural foods such as eggs, apples, or potatoes are not altered in any way before consumption. Processed foods, on the other hand, have additives or other substances included, for example, flavorings or preservatives. Question 14. What is the third ingredient in the cereal? What does this tell you about the amount of this ingredient in this cereal? Correct answer, option A. The third ingredient is sugar, or glucose fructose. This tells me that sugar is the third largest ingredient in the cereal. Explanation. Ingredient lists are arranged by weight from greatest to smallest. Because sugar, or glucose fructose, is listed third, it is the third most abundant ingredient. Question 15. Dextrose, fructose, glucose, and sucrose are all sugars. What do all these words have in common? What do you think the word maltose means? Why? Correct answer, option A. They are all Latin for the word sugar, including the word maltose. Explanation. Although different sugars have different etymologies, each of these words is associated with sugar and often shares the "-ose" suffix that signifies a type of sugar. According to this reading text, maltose is also treated as part of the same family of sugars, thus linking it with the others. Read each sentence carefully and determine whether the words in bold are adverbs or adverbials. Please write A for adverbs and write B for adverbials in the space provided before each number. Question 16. Sentence. The dog ran around the corner. Answer. Option B. Adverbial. Explanation. Around the corner is a prepositional phrase describing where the dog ran. It functions as an adverbial phrase of place rather than a single word adverb. Question 17. Sentence. It rained all day yesterday. Answer. Option A. Adverb. Explanation. Yesterday is a single word adverb that tells when something happened. Question 18. Sentence. Obviously, I don't agree. Answer. Option A. Adverb. Explanation. Obviously is a single word adverb modifying the entire statement. It shows the speaker's attitude or manner of speaking. Question 19. Sentence. All of a sudden, the lights went out. Answer. Option B. Adverbial. Explanation. All of a sudden is a phrase functioning as an adverbial, expressing how abruptly something happened. Question 20. Sentence. She arrived after we had started dinner. Answer. Option B. Adverbial. Explanation. After we had started dinner is an adverbial clause indicating the time of her arrival. Question 21. Sentence. I quickly closed the door behind me. Answer. Option A. Adverb. Explanation. Quickly is a single word adverb describing how the door was closed. Question 22. Sentence. The ball sailed over the fence. Answer. Option B. Adverbial. Explanation. Over the fence is a prepositional phrase functioning as an adverbial, indicating where the ball sailed. Question 23. Sentence. I often go to the gym on my way home. Answer. Option A. Adverb. Explanation. Often is a single word adverb expressing frequency. Question 24. Sentence. With tears of laughter, he raised his hand. Answer. Option B. Adverbial. Explanation. With tears of laughter is a prepositional phrase functioning as an adverbial, describing the manner in which he raised his hand. Question 25. Sentence. I couldn't finish it because I was too full. Answer. Option B. Adverbial. Explanation. Because I was too full is a subordinate clause giving the reason, cause, why the speaker could not finish, thus functioning as an adverbial clause. Read each of the passages below and determine where to place a comma after the fronted adverbials in each of the sentences. Choose the letter with the correct answer and place your answer in the space provided before each number. Question 26. Sentence. Baffled by the mathematical problem, the professor felt frustrated. Correct answer. Option B. Baffled by the mathematical problem, the professor felt frustrated. Explanation. The phrase baffled by the mathematical problem is a fronted adverbial, a participle phrase. A comma is placed immediately after this introductory phrase. Question 27. Sentence. Under the bridge, the misunderstood troll waited patiently for his goat friends. Correct answer. Option A. Under the bridge, the misunderstood troll waited patiently for his goat friends. Explanation. Under the bridge is a fronted adverbial phrase of place, so a comma is used after it. Question 28. Sentence. Once a year, the people put on their costumes and partied at the carnival. Correct answer, option C. Once a year, the people put on their costumes and partied at the carnival. Explanation. Once a year functions as a fronted adverbial phrase of time. A comma follows it. Question 29. Sentence. Before the holidays, the Y6 pupils had a farewell celebration at their junior school. Correct answer. Option C. Before the holidays, the Y6 pupils had a farewell celebration at their junior school. Explanation. Before the holidays is a fronted adverbial phrase indicating when the event took place. A comma is needed after it. Question 30. Sentence. Almost certainly, Eva's team would win the upcoming sports day. Correct answer. Option A. Almost certainly, Eva's team would win the upcoming sports day. Explanation. Almost certainly is a fronted adverbial phrase of certainty. We place a comma right after it. Read the sentences below and determine the noun phrase on each of them. Choose the letter with the correct highlighted answer among the choices. Question 31. Sentence. The young girl sang loudly. Correct answer. Option D. The young girl. Explanation. A noun phrase includes a head noun and any modifiers. Here, the young girl is the entire noun phrase. Article the plus adjective young plus noun girl. Question 32. Sentence. The old gray-haired man sat down. Correct answer. Option B. The old gray-haired man. Explanation. The old gray-haired man is the full noun phrase, containing the article the, adjectives old, and gray-haired, and the head noun man. Question 33. Sentence. The teacher talked loudly. Correct answer. Option A. The teacher. Explanation. The noun phrase the teacher comprises the article the and the noun teacher. Question 34. Sentence. The children skipped happily. Correct answer. Option D. The children. Explanation. The children is the complete noun phrase, made up of the article the and the noun children. Question 35. Sentence. The small child fell over. Correct answer. Option D. The small child. Explanation. The noun phrase the small child includes the article the adjective small, and the head noun child. Capital letters, full stops, exclamation and question marks. Question 36. Which sentence uses capital letters correctly? Correct answer, option D. In the autumn, Heath School will teach Chinese and art. Explanation. Seasons such as autumn are not normally capitalized, but proper nouns, Heath School, and languages, Chinese, are always capitalized. Art is not a language or specific course title, so it remains lowercase. Question 37. What are all the words that should have capital letters in the passage? Correct answer, option C. Kim, Precious Pets, April, Norris Street. Explanation. Personal names, Kim, business names, Precious Pets, months, April, and street names, Norris Street, require capital letters. The word spring is generally not capitalized unless used in a title or heading. Question 38. Choose the reason why commas have been used in the sentence. Unless the fire engine arrives soon, the flames will destroy the shed. Correct answer. Option B, to mark a clause. Explanation. Unless the fire engine arrives soon is a fronted subordinate clause. When a dependent clause precedes the main clause, a comma separates the two parts of the sentence. Question 39. Which of the sentences below are correctly punctuated? Correct answer. Option A, explanation. The sentence in option A places the question mark inside the quotation marks and ends with the reporting clause, for instance, wondered angel, after the quoted question. This structure accurately follows standard rules for punctuating direct speech with a question. Question 40. Which of the sentences below are correctly punctuated? Correct answer, option A. Hurry up, called Elizabeth, or we will be late. Explanation. In direct speech, place a comma inside the closing quotation mark when continuing the sentence with a reporting clause, called Elizabeth. Then, resume the spoken words in another set of quotation marks. This option follows the conventions of dialogue punctuation correctly. Correct the following misspelt words. Question 41. Word, completely. Correct answer. Option A. Correct spelling. Completely. Question 42. Word, conscience. Correct answer. Option B. Correct spelling. Conscience. Question 43. Word, conscious. Correct answer. Option A. Correct spelling. CONSCIOUS. Question 44. Word, copyright. Correct answer, option B. Correct spelling, COPYRIGHT. Question 45. Word, curiosity. Correct answer, option A. Correct spelling, CURIOSITY. Question 46. Word, definitely. Correct answer, option D. Correct spelling, DEFINITELY. Question 47. Word, disappear. Correct answer, option C. Correct spelling, DISAPPEAR. Question 48. Word, disappoint. Correct answer, option A. Correct spelling, DISAPPOINT. Question 49. Word, ecstasy. Correct answer, option A. Correct spelling, ECSTASY. Question 50. Word, embarrass. Correct answer, option A. Correct spelling, EMBARRASS. Fill in the boxes below with the letter that holds the correct equation equal to the shaded letter in the figure. Question 51. Distance equals? Correct answer, option A. Equation. Distance equals speed times time. Explanation. By covering up D in the triangle, we see S times T. This indicates that distance is found by multiplying speed by time. Question 52. Time equals? Correct answer, option C. Equation. Time equals distance divided by speed. Explanation. If we cover up T in the triangle, D divided by S remains, showing that time is the result of dividing distance by speed. Question 53. Speed equals? Correct answer, option C. Equation. Speed equals distance divided by time. Explanation. When we cover up S, we see D divided by T, so speed is obtained by dividing distance by time. Calculate the average speeds for each of the following problems. Choose the letter with the correct answer among the given choices and place it in the box provided before the number. Question 54. A car travels 60 miles in 2 hours. Correct answer, option C. Equation. Speed equals distance divided by time equals 60 divided by 2 equals 30 miles per hour. Explanation. Speed is found by dividing the total distance traveled by the time taken. Question 55. A lorry travels 120 miles in 3 hours. Correct answer, option A. Equation. Speed equals distance divided by time equals 120 divided by 3 equals 40 miles per hour. Explanation. To find speed, divide the total miles by the number of hours. Question 56. A jogger travels 30 kilometers in 4 hours. Correct answer, option C. Equation. Speed equals distance divided by time equals 30 divided by 4 equals 7.5 kilometers per hour. Explanation. The jogger's speed is found by dividing 30 kilometers by 4 hours. Calculate how far each of the following travels. Choose the letter containing your answer and put it in the box provided. Question 57. A car travels at a speed of 50 miles per hour for 3 hours. Correct answer, option D. Equation. Distance equals speed times time equals 50 times 3 equals 150 miles. Explanation. To find distance, multiply speed by time. Question 58. A plane flies at a speed of 230 kilometers per hour for 2 hours. Correct answer, option D. Equation. Distance equals speed times time equals 230 times 2 equals 460 kilometers. Explanation. The total distance is obtained by multiplying speed by time. Question 59. A lorry drives for 4 hours at a speed of 45 miles per hour. Correct answer, option D. Equation. Distance equals speed times time equals 45 times 4 equals 180 miles. Explanation. Distance is calculated by multiplying speed by the duration of the journey. Work out how long each of the journeys take. Choose the letter containing the correct answer and put in the box provided. Question 60. A car travels 100 miles at a speed of 50 miles per hour. Correct answer, option A. Equation. Time equals distance divided by speed equals 100 divided by 50 equals 2 hours. Explanation. Time is found by dividing distance by speed. Question 61. A lorry travels 90 miles at a speed of 60 miles per hour. Correct answer, option B. Equation. Time equals distance divided by speed equals 90 divided by 60 equals 1.5 hours. Explanation. The time taken for the journey is calculated by dividing 90 miles by 60 miles per hour. Question 62. A bird flies 330 kilometers at a speed of 55 kilometers per hour. Correct answer, option C. Equation. Time equals distance divided by speed equals 330 divided by 55 equals 6 hours. Explanation. The time taken is determined by dividing the total distance by the speed. Calculate the average speeds per hour for each of the following problems. Choose the letter with the correct answer among the given choices and place it in the box provided before the number. Question 63. A car travels 20 miles in 30 minutes. Correct answer, option C. Equation. Speed equals distance divided by time equals 20 divided by 0.5 equals 40 miles per hour. Explanation. Since 30 minutes is 0.5 hours, we divide 20 miles by 0.5. Question 64. A lorry travels 32 miles in 30 minutes. Correct answer, option A. Equation. Speed equals distance divided by time equals 32 divided by 0.5 equals 64 miles per hour. Explanation. The time of 30 minutes is converted to 0.5 hours, and then distance is divided by time. Calculate the distance traveled by each of the following. Choose the letter containing your answer and put it in the box provided. Question 65. A car drives at a speed of 60 miles per hour for 30 minutes. Correct answer, option D. Equation. Distance equals speed times time equals 60 times 0.5 equals 30 miles. Explanation. Since 30 minutes is 0.5 hours, we multiply 60 miles per hour by 0.5. Question 66. A car travels at a speed of 44 miles per hour for 15 minutes. Correct answer, option B. Equation. Distance equals speed times time equals 44 times 15 divided by 60 equals 11 miles. Explanation. Since 15 minutes is 0.25 hours, we multiply it by the speed. Calculate how long each journey lasts. Choose the letter containing the correct answer and put in the box provided. Question 67. A car drives 120 miles at a speed of 40 miles per hour. Correct answer, option B. Equation. Time equals distance divided by speed equals 120 divided by 40 equals 3 hours. Explanation. The time taken is calculated by dividing 120 miles by 40 miles per hour. Question 68. A lorry drives 250 miles at a speed of 50 miles per hour. Correct answer, option D. Equation. Time equals distance divided by speed equals 250 divided by 50 equals 5 hours. Explanation. The time taken is determined by dividing the total distance by speed. Problem-solving workshop. Algebra. Properly perform the operations indicated below and choose the letter consisting the correct answer. Write the letter in the space provided before each number. Question 69. 7 multiplied by 9. What is the answer? Start with the number 7. Multiply by 9. The answer is 63. The correct answer is A. Question 70. 13 plus 17. What is the answer? Start with the number 13. Add 17. The answer is 30. The correct answer is B. Question 71. What number divided by 4 equals 12? Start with the missing number. Divide by 4. The result is 12. The missing number is 48. The correct answer is D. Question 72. What number minus 7 equals 80? Start with the missing number. Subtract 7. The result is 80. The missing number is 87. The correct answer is D. Question 73. 3 plus 2. Then multiply by 6. What is the answer? Start with the number 3. Add 2. Multiply by 6. The answer is 30. The correct answer is C. Question 74. 59 minus 3. Then divide by 2. What is the answer? Start with the number 59. Subtract 3. The result is 56. Divide by 2. The answer is 28. The correct answer is C. Question 75. What number plus 9 then multiplied by 2 equals 92? Start with the missing number. Add 9. Then multiply by 2. The result is 92. The missing number is 37. The correct answer is B. Question 76. What number multiplied by 10, then add 4 equals 34? Start with the missing number. Multiply by 10, then add 4. The result is 34. The missing number is 3. The correct answer is C. If A equals 6, work out the values of the following expressions. Choose the letter with the correct solution and place your answer on the space provided before each number. Question 77. If A equals 6, what is A plus 5? Start with the number 6. Add 5. The answer is 11. The correct answer is A. Question 78. If A equals 6, what is 4A? Start with the number 6. Multiply by 4. The answer is 24. The correct answer is B. Question 79. If A equals 6, what is 2A minus 3? Start with the number 6. Multiply by 2. The result is 12. Subtract 3. The answer is 9. The correct answer is C. Question 80. If A equals 6, what is 3A plus 2A? Start with the number 6. Multiply by 3. The result is 18. Multiply by 2. The result is 12. Add both results together. The answer is 30. The correct answer is D. Question 81. If A equals 6, what is 5 times A plus 4? Start with the number 6. Add 4. The result is 10. Multiply by 5. The answer is 50. The correct answer is A. Choose the letter with the answer that is equal to the first equation inside the boxes. Place your answers on the space provided before each number. Question 82. The first problem is A plus A. When you add A to A, you get 2 times A, which is written as 2A. Now, let's look at the options. Option A is 2 times the quantity, a plus 1, which becomes 2, a plus 2. That's not the same as 2 A's. Option B is just 2A, which matches exactly. Option C is A squared, which means A times A. That's not the same as adding a plus A. So the answer for question 82 is option B. Question 83. The next problem is 3 times triangle minus 2. In algebra, triangle is just a placeholder for a number, like a variable. So this expression means 3 times the triangle, then subtract 2. We can write that as 3 triangle minus 2. Let's check the options. Option A is 3 triangle minus 2, which is exactly what we have. Option B is 3 triangle minus 6, which is different. Option C is 3 triangle minus 32, which is also different. Since option A matches perfectly, the answer for question 83 is option A. Question 84. Now for question 84. 5x plus 2x. This is straightforward. When you add 5x and 2x, you're adding the x's together. So 5x plus 2x equals 7x. Let's look at the options. Option A is x plus 7, which isn't the same as 7x. Option B is 4x plus 3x. Well, 4x plus 3x also equals 7x, which matches what we got. Option C is 5 times x plus 2, which becomes 5x plus 10. That's not 7x. So the answer for question 84 is option B. Question 85. Question 85 is 3 times the quantity, 2a plus b. This means we need to multiply everything inside the parentheses by 3. So 3 times 2a is 6a, and 3 times b is 3b. That gives us 6a plus 3b. Now the options. Option A is 6a plus 6b. The first part is right, but 3 times b should be 3b, not 6b. Option B is 6a plus 3b, which matches exactly. Option C is 32a plus 3b. That 32a is way off, it should be 6a. The answer for question 85 is option B. Question 86. Question 86 is 2 star minus 2 star. Here, star is just another variable, like a placeholder. So 2 star minus 2 star is the same as 2 star minus 2 star, which equals 0. Let's check the options. Option A is 2 star minus 1, which doesn't equal 0. Option B is negative 2 star, which also doesn't equal 0. Option C is 2 star minus 2 times, star plus 0. Let's simplify that. Star plus 0 is just star, so 2 times star is 2 star. Then 2 star minus 2 star equals 0, which matches what we got. So the answer for question 86 is option C. Shine O Grime, Wishy Washy, The Sud Buds, and Top Mops are 4 cleaning companies. They all charge different prices depending on the number of rooms, R, and the number of floors, F, in the house. The table gives their prices in pounds. Question 88. Lizzie has a house with 12 rooms and 3 floors. We need to find the cheapest company for her. Let's calculate the cost for each company. Shine a Grime charges 50 plus the number of rooms plus the number of floors. So that's 50 plus 12 plus 3, which equals 65 pounds. Wishy Washy charges 5 times the number of rooms plus 6 times the number of floors. So 5 times 12 is 60, plus 6 times 3 is 18, which totals 78 pounds. The Sudbuds charge 2 times the number of rooms times the number of floors. So 2 times 12 times 3 is 72 pounds. Top Mops charges 30 plus the number of rooms times the number of floors. So 30 plus 12 times 3 is 30 plus 36, which is 66 pounds. Now let's compare 65, 78, 72, and 66. The cheapest is 65 pounds with Shine a Grime. So the answer for question 88 is option A. Question 89. Claire has a 1-floor house with 9 rooms. We need to find out how much it will cost her if she hires Top Mops. Top Mops charges 30 plus the number of rooms times the number of floors. Claire has 9 rooms and 1 floor, so that's 30 plus 9 times 1, which is 30 plus 9, equaling 39 pounds. So the answer for question 89 is option C. Question 90. Rosemary uses Wishy Washy to clean her 2-story house and spends 92 pounds. We need to figure out how many rooms are in her house. A 2-story house means 2 floors. Wishy Washy charges 5 times the number of rooms plus 6 times the number of floors. So we set up the equation. 5 times the number of rooms plus 6 times 2 equals 92. That simplifies to 5 times the number of rooms plus 12 equals 92. Subtract 12 from both sides and we get 5 times the number of rooms equals 80. Divide by 5 and the number of rooms is 16. So the answer for question 90 is option D. Question 91. Now how much money could Rosemary have saved if she had hired the Sudbuds instead of Wishy Washy? From the last question, we know Rosemary has 16 rooms and 2 floors, and she paid 92 pounds with Wishy Washy. The Sudbuds charge 2 times the number of rooms times the number of floors, so 2 times 16 times 2 is 64 pounds. To find the savings, subtract the Sudbuds' cost from Wishy Washy's cost. 92 minus 64 equals 28 pounds. So the answer for question 91 is option A. Perform the processes below and choose the letter with the correct answer. Question 92. What number, when divided by 12, has an answer of 11 remainder 5? This means we need a number that, when divided by 12, gives a quotient of 11 and a remainder of 5. To find this, we multiply the divisor, which is 12, by the quotient, which is 11, and then add the remainder, which is 5. So 12 times 11 is 132, plus 5 equals 137. Let's check the options. Option A is 144, which divided by 12 is 12 with no remainder, not a match. Option B is 137, which we calculated, so let's confirm. 137 divided by 12 is 11 remainder 5, which fits perfectly. Option C is 130, which gives 10 remainder 10, not right. Option D is 125, which gives 10 remainder 5, but the quotient isn't 11. So the answer for question 92 is option B. Question 93. A number multiplied by itself and doubled is 242. What is the number? Let's call the number x. The phrase multiplied by itself means x times x, which is x squared. Then, and doubled means we double that result, so 2 times x squared equals 242. To solve, divide both sides by 2. X squared equals 242 divided by 2, which is 121. Now, take the square root. X equals the square root of 121, which is 11. Let's verify. 11 times 11 is 121, and doubling that gives 121 times 2, which is 242, exactly what we need. Option B is 11, which matches. So the answer for question 93 is option B. Question 94. Hiring a car costs 75 pounds plus 50 pounds for each day it is hired. The total cost for D days is given by the expression 75 plus 50D. What is the cost of hiring a car for 9 days? Let's plug in D equals 9 into the expression 75 plus 50 times 9. First, 50 times 9 is 450. Then add 75. which gives 525 pounds. So the answer for question 94 is option A. Question 95. We have the equation c minus 2 equals 5, and we need to find c. To solve, add 2 to both sides. C minus 2 plus 2 equals 5 plus 2, so c equals 7. Let's check the options. Option D is 7, which matches. So the answer for question 95 is option D. Question 96. The equation is 7 times something equals 65 minus 9, and we need to find the missing number. First, simplify the right side. 65 minus 9 is 56. So the equation is 7 times the number equals 56. Divide both sides by 7, and we get the number equals 56 divided by 7, which is 8. Option C is 8, which matches. So the answer for question 96 is option C. Spatial reasoning. Bird-eyes view. Work out which option is the 3D figure viewed from the right. Write the letter of the correct answer in the space provided before each number. Question 97. The correct answer is D. When looking at the shape from the right, you will notice 3 cubes stacked high on the left side. This vertical column of 3 is clearly visible in choice D. The other options either have fewer or more cubes aligned, or the arrangement does not match the 3 high stacking pattern from this angle. Question 98. The correct answer is A. From the right side, you will see a single cube on top and an L-shaped group of cubes at the base. Option A matches this exact arrangement, with one block standing alone above and the L shape formed below. Other choices introduce extra cubes or different shapes that do not match this right side view. Question 99. The correct answer is D. Viewed from the right, there is a taller group of cubes in the front and a smaller step behind it. Choice D correctly shows this taller front portion, with an extra cube or 2 forming a step at the rear. The other options either distort that front height or fail to show the step. Question 100. The correct answer is E. When observing from the right, you can see a top overhang, which extends forward, along with a taller section in the back. Only option E shows this block extending out on top, plus the higher portion behind it. Extra work. Long comprehension 2. Question 101. The main idea for the ingredient list is that all processed foods have an ingredient list that tells you what is in the food. The main idea for what's in a name is that fat, sodium, and sugar can have different names in an ingredient list. Question 102. We need a small amount of sodium to keep healthy. Too much sodium can cause health problems. Salt is made from sodium and chloride. Explain the relationship between a healthy body and too much salt. A little sodium is essential for body functions, but too much can cause problems like high blood pressure. Because salt is sodium chloride, consuming too much salt means too much sodium. Controlling salt intake helps maintain healthy blood pressure and overall well-being. Read the following sentences. Underline or circle the expanded noun phrase in each sentence. Question 103. The brightly colored parrot flew through the canopy. The expanded noun phrase is the brightly colored parrot. The word brightly colored describes the noun parrot. Question 104. After his lunch, Harold ate a sweet, delicious chocolate brownie. The expanded noun phrase is a sweet, delicious chocolate brownie. The words sweet, delicious, and chocolate all describe the noun brownie. Question 105. Under the waves, the stripy fish swam quickly through the reef. The expanded noun phrase is the stripy fish. The word stripy describes the noun fish. Question 106. In a forest clearing, a dark, mysterious jaguar sauntered by the water. The expanded noun phrase is a dark, mysterious jaguar. The words dark and mysterious describe the noun jaguar. Question 107. Pass me the blue shoes, please, Mom asked Sophia. The expanded noun phrase is the blue shoes. The word blue describes the noun shoes. Punctuation revision. Questions 2. Question 108. Explain why the words underline should have a capital letter. At Christmas, we will be going to visit our cousins in Scotland. Answer. Christmas must begin with a capital letter because it is the name of a festival, a proper noun. Scotland must begin with a capital letter because it is the name of a country, another proper noun. Question 109. Tick the sentence that must end with an exclamation mark. Nice to meet you. Can you believe it? What an amazing book this is. I thought we had won. Answer. Tick. What an amazing book this is. Question 110th. Add commas to the passage below. Alfie uses a telescope to see the night sky, the moon, and the stars. Whenever the night is clear, he looks at the stars. Answer. Alfie uses a powerful telescope to see the night sky, the moon, and the stars. Whenever the night is clear, he looks at the stars. Question 111th. Insert a comma to demonstrate that the speaker is talking directly to Lucy. Now that I've heard the explanation, I understand Lucy. Answer. Now that I've heard the explanation, I understand Lucy. Question 112th. Insert commas in the sentence below. Packing the shopping, carefully placing items such as the eggs on the top, the twins were showing how sensible they could be. Answer. Packing the shopping carefully, placing items such as the eggs on the top, the twins were showing how sensible they could be. Question 113th. Explain how a comma changes the meaning of the sentence below. Will you help Mark? Will you help Mark? Answer. Will you help Mark? Speaks directly to Mark, asking him for help. Will you help Mark? Asks someone else if they will help Mark. Question 114th. Rewrite the sentence below, using correct punctuation for direct speech. Don't forget to fill up with fuel before your journey, reminded Mum. Answer. Don't forget to fill up with fuel before your journey, reminded Mum. Question 115th. Rewrite the sentence below, putting the police officer's words into direct speech. Remember to punctuate your answer correctly. The police officer said that the burglar had not managed to steal anything despite the broken window. Answer. The police officer said, the burglar has not managed to steal anything despite the broken window. Correct the spellings of the words listed below. Question 116th. Wrong spelling. Environment. Correct spelling. Environment. ENVIRONMENT. Question 117th. Wrong spelling. Existence. Correct spelling. Existence. EXISTENCE. Question 118th. Wrong spelling. Familiar. Correct spelling. Familiar. FAMILIAR. Question 119th. Wrong spelling. Finally. Correct spelling. Finally. FINALLY. Question 120th. Wrong spelling. Fluorescent. Correct spelling. Fluorescent. FLUORESCENT. Question 121st. Wrong spelling. Foreign. Correct spelling. Foreign. FOREIGN. Question 122nd. Wrong spelling. 40. Correct spelling. 40. FORTY. Question 123rd. Wrong spelling. Forward. Correct spelling. Forward. FORWARD. Question 124th. Wrong spelling. Friend. Correct spelling. Friend. FRIEND. Question 125th. Wrong spelling. Further. Correct spelling. Further. FURTHER. Question 126th. The sequence is 8, 8, 9, 11, 14, 18. Let's look at the pattern. The changes between numbers are +0, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. Following this rule, the next number should be 18 plus 5, which equals 23. The correct answer is 23. Question 127. The sequence is 23, 27, 31, 35, 39. Each number increases by 4. So 39 plus 4 gives us 43. The correct answer is 43. Question 128th. The sequence is 97, 90, 84, 79, 75, 72. The pattern is decreasing. -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2. The last step was 72 minus 2, which gives us 70. The correct answer is 70. Question 129th. The sequence is 3, 9, 10, 30, 31, 93. This pattern alternates between multiplying by 3 and adding 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 31 times 3 is 93, plus 1 gives us 94. The correct answer is 94. Question 130th. The sequence is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Each number is doubling the previous one. So 32 times 2 gives us 64. The correct answer is 64. Question 131st. The sequence is 5, 9, 17, 29, 45, 65. The differences are plus 4, plus 8, plus 1, 2, plus 1, 6, plus 2 O's, plus 2, 4. So 65 plus 24 gives us 89. The correct answer is 89. Question 132nd. The sequence is 32, 30, 29, 29, 30, 32. The pattern follows minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, 0. Since the last step was 0, the next number remains 32. The correct answer is 32. Question 133rd. The sequence is 87, 82, 77, 72, 67, 62. Each number decreases by 5. So 62 minus 5 gives us 57. The correct answer is 57. Question 134th. The sequence is 30, 37, 31, 36, 32, 35. The pattern follows plus 7 minus 6 plus 5 minus 4 plus 3 minus 2. The last step was 35 minus 2, which gives us 33. The correct answer is 33. Question 135th. The sequence is 8, 15, 20, 26, 33, 41. The pattern follows plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8. So the missing number must be 8 plus 3, which is 11. The correct answer is 11. Question 136th. The sequence is 8, 7, 10, 9, 12, 11. The pattern alternates between plus 3 and minus 1. To work backward, 8 minus 3 gives us 5. The correct answer is 5. Question 137th. The sequence is 85, 84, 80, 63, 50, 34. The pattern follows minus 1, minus 4, minus 7, minus 10, minus 13, minus 16. So 80 minus 7 gives us 73. The correct answer is 73.
So here we've got the spatial reasoning bird's eye view questions. So for these, you get some shapes and you've got to decide what they will look like when you look at them from the right. So I've shaded in the hint in yellow, and it says shade in size that you will see from the right and also count the blocks. So when you're answering these questions, that's what you should do. So for this example, you're going to be looking at it from this direction. So I'm going to shade it. So this is what you'll see when you look at it from the right. You'll see this like a rectangle shape, and you'll see a square shape as well. So you can rule out A, because you're just seeing one rectangle. You can rule out B, as again, you're just seeing a rectangle when you're supposed to see a square next to a vertical rectangle like that. So the answer is C. As you can see, we've got the square shape, and then you can see a rectangle there as well. So the answer is C. Not D. Again, we're not seeing the right thing. And not E. Again. So the answer is C. So for question 97, we're going to see a square here, and we're going to see another square here. So I'm just going to draw that out. We're going to see a square, and underneath it another square like that. So let's just rule out any that don't look like that to narrow it down. So B definitely doesn't look like that. And C doesn't look like that either, as these are supposed to be flat. They're not supposed to be behind each other. So as you can see, this one is behind the first one, and they're not supposed to be behind each other. They're supposed to be on top of each other like that. So it's not C either, and it's not E either. As you can see, we've got a square here, but then this is a rectangle here, and it's supposed to be two squares like that. So we can rule out E. So now we've got to decide between A and D. So, in the original shape, you can see that this rectangle shape will be behind these two squares. So behind it, you'll see a rectangle like that. So we can rule out A because you're not seeing any rectangle shape here. In A, it's next to it when it's supposed to be behind it. So the answer has got to be D. As you can see, we've got the two squares shapes and you can see the rectangle cuboid shape behind it. So the answer is D. Now for the next question. For this, we're going to see this cuboid shape. Obviously, we're going to see it from the right. So and when you look at it from the right, the shape will end up being on the left. So we're going to see a rectangle like that on the left side. So we can rule out B. As you can see, that is now on the right side, so it's not B. And we can rule out E because we're not seeing anything at all on the left. So it's between A, C, and D. So another thing that we're going to see is we're going to see this square shape here. It's going to be a square like next to it, like that. And it's going to be sticking out. It's not going to be flat against each other. It's going to be sort of coming out like that in front of it. So it's not D. As you can see, this is flat. These are next to each other when this is supposed to be in front. So it's not D. And now it's between A and C. So as you can see here, we've got this rectangle with a square underneath it. So here we're going to have a rectangle and then we're going to have a square underneath it like that. So the answer is A. So we've got this original rectangle, we've got the square that you can see poking out, we've got this rectangle here, and we've got the square underneath it. So the answer is A. It's not C because we've got all these features are the same, but here this is supposed to be a rectangle with a square underneath it. Instead, on C, it was a rectangle this way and with the square next to it like that. So that is wrong. So in question 99, we're going to see these two squares. So they're going to be like that. So we can rule out any that don't have that. So A doesn't have that. And B doesn't have that because this one is behind that one and it's not supposed to be behind each other. It's supposed to be on top of each other. And E doesn't have that either. It doesn't have two squares on top of each other. So it's between C and D. So as you can see, there'll be this rectangle shape on the right of it here. So the answer has got to be D. We've got the two squares on top of each other and we've got the rectangle to the right of it. The answer is not C because this rectangle is on the left side. So the answer has got to be D. Question 100. We're going to have this rectangle here on the right. So I'm going to draw that so we can start ruling things out. So it's not going to be A because the rectangle is on the left here. It's not going to be D because there's no vertical rectangle. So yeah. And next to it, next to the rectangle, there'll be a square at the bottom here. So it's not going to be B because there's no square next to it here. So it's now between C and E. So as you can see here, this square, which is next to the rectangle, it'll be flat next to it. So the answer has got to be E for this one. As you can see, these are flat. These are next to each other. So the answer is not C because in C, this is in front of it. As you can see, we can see the side of the cuboid when we shouldn't. They should be next to each other. there should only be the line next to it. We shouldn't be seeing a gap. So the answer is E. So now onto the NVR analogy questions. So for these, we've got to decide what the change is, and then find the correct answer. So here we've got this pentagon, and in the next shape it's still a pentagon. So here we've got this hexagon. When you change it, it's still going to remain as a hexagon. The shape hasn't changed. So we can rule out E, because that is not a hexagon, that's a pentagon. Also, we've got a triangle inside that is black. That is white. And it changes to black. So inside here, we've got this shape here, white, and it will now be black. So I'm going to shade it in. So we can rule out D, because that remains white when it shouldn't. We can also rule out C, because this is a triangle inside, and it's supposed to be this shape, not a triangle. And we can rule out B, because the orientation of the triangles here did not change. The point, it stayed the same way up. So it shouldn't all of a sudden turn upside down. So it's not B. So the answer has got to be A. Next question. We've got this shape here. So this shape duplicates. So there's two of them. One is white and one is black. So they end up looking like that. So we've got this shape here. It's going to duplicate. So we can have a white one and a black one. Let's shade that in. So as you can see, the answer for this one has got to be A, as that's what I've drawn. It's not B, because as you can see, that's not the same shape. These shapes in B have these curved bottoms when it's supposed to be flat. It's not C, because this one is supposed to be black. It's not D, because these are now upside down when they shouldn't have changed orientation. And it's not E, because that's not the correct shape. For the next question, we have a rectangle with a square inside, and the new shape is a square with a square inside. So the inside shape is the new shape. So the inside shape here was a square, and now the new shape is also a square. So the inside shape here is this rhombus. So the new shape is going to be a rhombus as well, and it's going to end up looking like that. So we can rule out B, we can rule out C, and we can rule out D, because it doesn't have the rhombus inside as well. It's supposed to be two lines. So now it's between A and E. As you can see here, we've got lots of little squares in between the two squares, creating more squares. So for this one, it's going to be creating rhombuses on the inside like that. The answer has got to be A, as E is just two lines. There's no rhombuses on the inside when there should be. So the answer has got to be A. For question 141, we've got this hexagon on the inside. And as you can see, that rotates 90 degrees. So it's vertical, and now it becomes horizontal. So in this shape, we've got to rotate the rhombus 90 degrees as well. So it's got to end up looking like that. So we can rule out A, we can rule out B, we can rule out C as well. And we can rule out... So yeah. Another thing. For this shape, there becomes one like thin outline here, as you can see. So the answer has got to be D, as we've got that thin outline of the shape. So it's not E, as that's just one. It's just one line around the middle shapes when there should be two. So the answer is D. Now we've got to spot the odd one out. So for this one, as you can see here, the shape on the right overlaps all the shapes and they go in that direction. So this is the front shape, then that one's behind it, that one's behind it. Same here. The shape that's most on the right overlaps the other ones in that direction. This is the shape that's at the front, that's behind it, and then that's behind it. So the odd one out is B. As in B, the shape that is on the left is at the front when it should, and they overlap each other in that direction. This one's behind it, and then that one's behind it, when they should have been going in the other direction. So the answer is B. In this one, we've got some smiley faces. So we've got smiley face, we've got sad face. Here we've got smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. So B, C, and D all have two smiley faces. So the odd one out is A, because that has one sad face when there should be two smiley faces. In question 144, we've got these three shapes that are the same. We've got these three shapes that are the same. We've got these three shapes that are the same. Whereas in D, we've got two shapes that are the same and two shapes that are the same. So D is the odd one out. As in A, B, and C, they've all got three shapes that are the same and one shape that is different. Whereas in D, we've got two of one shape and two of another shape. So D is the odd one out. Now for this one, we've got a square, sort of four-sided shape, and inside it we've also got like a rhombus or four-sided shape. In B, we've got a square with a circle inside. C, we've got a circle with a circle inside. D, we've got a square with like a rotated square inside. E, we've got a circle with a circle inside. So B is the odd one out here, as these ones all have the same shape inside of them. Two of the same shape, even though they might be rotated or in different directions. Whereas B is a square with a circle inside, so those are two different shapes. So in question 146, we've got some of these arrows. So got arrow here, arrows here, and arrows here. So D is the odd one out, as D doesn't have any arrow heads, any like points. So D is the odd one out. Now we've got some series questions. We can find the pattern. So here we've got some triangles. So what's happening to the triangles is they're rotating 90 degrees clockwise. So if we rotate this one 90 degrees clockwise, it should now be facing down like that. So we can rule out A, we can rule out D, and we can rule out E, because they're not triangles with the pointing down like that. So now the option is between B and C. Both of them have a black triangle inside, so we don't have to decide. So we know it's going to be black, so we don't have to figure out the color. So now the difference here is between the shape of this circle / oval. So we've got to decide whether it's going to be a circle surrounding the triangle or this oval shape. So here we've got a circle, then we've got a slightly thinner oval, then we've got an even thinner oval. Then we go back to the big circle. So here, so it goes from a big circle, then I'm going to repeat the pattern. It's going to go back to the oval shape here. So the answer's got to be B, as that's an oval, whereas C is a circle. So this will go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So this is box 2, so it's got to have the same shape surrounding it as in box 2. So the answer is B. In this one, we've got some pentagons with lines. So here we've got 1 line, here we've got 2, here we've got 1, and here we've got 1. So in this one, I'm guessing there's going to be 2 lines at the top like that. So we can rule out B, we can rule out C, we can rule out D, and we can rule out E. So the answer has got to be A, as A is the only one with 2 lines above it. For question 149, we've got some circles. So these are white, these are black and white, these are black and white, and these are white. So I'm assuming in box 3, they're going to be white only. So we can rule out A, we can rule out C, we can rule out D, and we can rule out E. So the answer has got to be B, because they're all white. In this one, we've got some triangles and some lines. So we've got small circle and a bigger circle, small circle, small circle. So I'm assuming in this one, there's going to be a bigger circle like that. So we can rule out B, we can rule out D, and we can rule out E. Now we've just got to decide which way the triangle is going to be facing. So here it's facing that way, then that way, then that way again. So in this one, I'm assuming it's going to be in that direction like that. So the answer's got to be C. So not A, because that's pointing in that direction. Question 151. We've got a black square, white square, black square, white square. So this one it's going to be a black square again. So we can rule out B and we can rule out E. Then we've got this like shield, these shapes. So that one's got a curved bottom, that one's got a flat one. Now the top one's got a flat one. And the bottom one's got a curved one, which, so facing, the bottom of the shapes are now facing each other. And then it goes back like that. So it goes, so the pattern goes like that. So it's going to repeat. So here we've got the shape, the bottom of the shapes facing each other. So now we're going to go back to this box here. So the shapes are going to end up looking like they are in the first and third box. So we're going to have the shield shape with the curved bottom in the top left corner, and the one with the straight bottom in the bottom right corner, and they're going to be like that. So we can rule out A as that's straight. We can rule out D as they're not supposed to be facing each other. They're both supposed to be, the curved sides of them are both supposed to be facing in that direction. So the answer is C. Now we've got some codes. So with the code questions, what I like to do is find the ones that have a letter in common. So this one has a C and this one has a C. And then I like to decide what is similar about both of them. So box 1 and 3 both have a shape in the middle that is black, shaded in. So black. So C must equal black shape in the middle. So D must equal a white shape in the middle. This shape here has a white shape in the middle. The top letter, I'm going to write it on this side here, has to be a D. So we can rule out this option and we can rule out this option. It's got to have a D at the top. Now for the bottom letters. These letters are all different. Another thing that's different between all of them is the thickness of the square. As you can see, this one is the thickest. That one was the thinnest. And then this one is in the middle. As you can see, that one's really thick. So I'll just really thick like that. And then that one's the thinnest. So I'll just rub them out again so you can actually see them. So the bottom letter tells you the thickness of the square. So as you can see, this has the thickest square around it out of the options we've got. And it's similar to this one. So the bottom layer has got to be a Z. So it's got to be DZ. So the answer is A. Not that one and not that one. So again, we've got to find the shapes that were letter in common. We've got F at the top here and we've got an F at the top here. So what they both have in common is that the shapes are on top of each other vertically. The shapes are vertical. Like that. So E must mean horizontal like that. So the shapes in this box are horizontal. The top letter has got to be an E. So we can rule out that option, and that option. Now, the bottom letters are all different, O, R and P. What's also different about them is the actual shape. So these are triangles, these are squares, and these are circles. So that must mean the bottom letter tells you what shapes are inside the box. So these are circles here. So the one that has circles is this one. So P. So EP. The answer is E, not B. Again, for this one, we've got to see which ones have a letter in common. So none of the top letters are in common, but the bottom letters are. So we've got a V at the bottom here and a V at the bottom here. So what these boxes both have in common is that they're both grey arrows. So W must equal striped. So this one must have a W at the bottom because it's striped. So we can rule out these and that one. So it's got to be C or D. Now let's look at the top letters. O, N and M. Let's just rub this out. O, N and M. So we've got to look at what's different between them. So what's different is that this arrow is pointing up, this arrow is pointing down, and then this arrow is pointing left. So the top letters tell you which way the arrow is pointing. So this arrow is pointing up. The one that's pointing up is this one here. So the top letter's got to be an O, so O-W. So the answer is D, not C. Now for this one, we've got to find the letter in common. We've got a P here and a P here. So these both have triangles. So P equals triangle. Q must equal a circle. And R must mean a square. So this one has a square. So there must be an R at the bottom. So we can rule out these three options in the answers. So the top letters are all different. And what's also different about all the boxes is the position of the shape inside the square. So this is in the bottom left corner. that's in the top right, that's in top left, and that's in the bottom right. So this one is in the top right. Sorry. So the other one that's in the top right is this one here. So it's got to be an E. E-R. So the answer is D, not E. Now for these ones. So let's just say this is like a mirror line. We've got white circle, black circle. So let's say that's a mirror line. The shape is now going to be black in this box. We can rule out that one. We can rule out that one, and we can rule out that one. And the shape stayed the same. It's going to be a black one of these shapes. So it can't be C. The answer has got to be D. And then for this one, this shape rotates 90 degrees clockwise like that and ends up looking like that. So this shape will end up rotating 90 degrees clockwise as well. So the point was here, and now the point is here. So the point is here in this one. It will now be here. So it'll end up looking like that. So the answer is A, not any of those. Now for this one, we've got the same shape, it's just smaller in size, and they're the same color as well. So here we're just going to have a smaller white triangle. So we can rule out A, we can rule out D, and we can rule out E. The answer is B, because as you can see here, this triangle looks like it's equilateral. So this one will also be a small equilateral triangle. This one looks more like an isosceles triangle, so we can rule out C. For question 159. Sorry about that. We've got some shapes in a grid. And as you can see, we've got 3 pentagons. We've got 3 of these shapes. So and we've only got 2 squares. So I'm assuming there's going to be another square in this box. So we can rule out A, B, and C. And let's just look at the size of the square to see which one it's going to be, as the shapes of all the matching shapes are the same. So these pentagons are all the same size, these are all the same size. So this square has got to be the same size. So to me that looks like E is the same size. D looks like a smaller square, so it's not D. For this one, we've got these 4 shapes, and then we've got these shapes. So I'm assuming it's going to be one of these blue shapes here. And I'm assuming it's going to be pointing in that direction as well, like that. So we can rule out A, B, D, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same color as well. The answer is C, not E, because this one is black when all the other ones are white. Now we've got the similarity questions. So for this one, we've got this shape here like that. Looks like that. It's the same shape underneath it. So here we've got a rectangle. We've got a rectangle underneath it as well. So it's not going to be A, because this is more of a reflection. Not B, that's also a reflection of the shapes. Not D, that's also a reflection of the shapes. The answer is C. As you can see, they're both the same shape, just underneath each other. Now for this one, we've got some stars with another shape next to it. So for this one, I'm just gonna count the size of the stars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that star has 12 sides, and this is a pentagon, so that has 5 sides. Actually, I'm going to do that in a different color, blue. So that has 5 sides. Triangle here, 3 sides. The star has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So I'm guessing the pattern is something to do with the number of sides of the star and the number of sides of the other shape. So, well, first of all, we can just rule out A because that doesn't have a star in it. And these stars in B, C, and D are all the same star. So let's just count the sides of one of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these stars have 10 sides. So let's figure out the pattern between them, between these numbers. So what I've noticed here is, I'm just going to do this in green. So 5 times 2 equals 10. So I'm actually going to do... So we've got the 5 here. So for the blue numbers, if you double them, so times by 2 times by 2, it's going to equal, that's going to equal 6, that's going to equal 10. And then to get to the pink number for both of them, you just add 2. Add 2 equals 8. Add 2 to 10, just so 10 add 2 equals 12. So what we've got to do is the star number, we've got to minus 2. So minus 2, because the star number here was 12, we minus 2 to get 10, and then we divide that by 2, 5, to get the number of the other shape. So 10 minus 2, that equals 8, and now we're going to divide that by 2, it's going to equal 4. So the number of sides of the other shape will be 4. So that's a pentagon, so not that, and that's a hexagon, so not that. This has 4 sides, so the answer's got to be B. That was a difficult question. So yeah, you just got to do trial and error with those kind of questions and try and figure out what the pattern is between the number of sides. Now for this question, we've got some shapes joined together by some lines. So here we've got this rectangle, we've got next to it, we've got a smaller rectangle. Here we've got some triangles, they're also decreasing in size, and they're joined together by a line. As you can see, the line joining these triangles together all connects them at the top and the same point on all of them. And this line at the bottom connects them at the same point on the right side of the triangle. Same here. These rectangles are connected by a line at the top, and it's connecting them by the top left corner and here in the bottom right corner. So we've got these arrowhead shapes here. There's got to be a difference in size between them, and there's got to be 2 lines connecting them at the same points. I'm going to rule out D. As you can see, D is connected by 3 lines. I'm going to rule out C because it's connecting at the same point here, but it's not connecting at the same point here. As you can see, for this arrowhead, it's at the top point and it's connecting it to the bottom point here. So I'm ruling out C. I'm also going to rule out B. As you can see, these arrowheads look like they're the same size to me. Whereas here, the rectangles were 2 different sizes and the triangles were 3 different sizes. So the answer is A. We've got 2 different sized arrowheads. They're connected by 2 lines, joining them together at the same points. Now, for the last question, we've got 2 shapes. To me, this looks like they're reflected, so I'm going to just draw a mirror line. And then on the shape on the right side, the same shape is inside of it. So we have this semicircle with another semicircle inside. We've got a triangle with another triangle inside. So this is the shape's sort of like a teardrop shape. We're gonna reflect it, and it's got to have the same shape on the other side and inside it. So the answer is A here. The answer is not B, because as you can see, the point here should be in the same position on the inside shape. As you can see here, the point of that shape is there when it shouldn't be. It should be in the same position, which is there. It's not B. It's not C either, because the point of both of the shapes is supposed to be a reflection. That's not reflected correctly. And it's not D, because only the shape on the right should have a shape inside. The shape on the left here also has a shape inside, so it's not D either. So the answer is A. So yeah, that's it.